Hi, everyone. Thanks for catching the replay. Nicole Vincent here. I am so excited to be here with you this morning and hope that you are all doing very well. Today, I wanted to talk about supplementation. This is something that I think can get overlooked real easily, especially as we are exploring a little bit more exciting subjects, such as energy work and motion code and crystals. But I really feel supplementation is huge in order to help our body get the right tools that it needs to heal itself. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I am not a doctor. I am not here to make claims or anything crazy. I am just here to give you my experience and my opinions and input to hopefully help you have a little bit more knowledge and insight on the subject of supplementation. So first off, a lot of people are like, well, I'm eating really healthy. Why do I need a supplement? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, food is not as nutritious as it used to be. And our body, a lot of times, is going to have trouble absorbing nutrition that we introduce if it's not the right type of nutrition and if it's not having the right other pieces of the puzzle to help the body absorb. And so it really is vital to give your body the right pieces and tools that it needs to heal and protect itself. As we are trying to do remodels on our bodies, as we're trying to feel our best, sorry, my hair's bugging me today. As we're trying to feel our best, as we're trying to remodel our house, so to speak, we need the right tools. And I know a lot of us use essential oils. Essential oils are great, but they're not going to have vitamins and minerals. They're not going to have probiotics. They're not going to have digestive enzymes. And so they're not going to give the nutritional value that our body needs to function. And so we got to make sure that our toolbox is stocked with good things that our body needs. So I'm going to be just showing a few of the most vital supplements that I think most people need. And this is coming from experience in testing. I've got hundreds of clients. As I've tested for them, this is kind of the trends that I see that pop up and what kind of shows up for a vast majority of the people that I work with. So the first thing is a multivitamin, a high quality multivitamin that is easily absorbable, it's bioavailable. And I, of course, am affiliated with doTERRA, but I'm not saying this is the only great multivitamin out there. But this is our multivitamin. This is the one that my body really likes. There are other multivitamins out there that are great quality. Guess what? You're not going to find them at Walmart. You're not going to find them at the drugstore. You're not going to find them cheap places like that. Be willing to invest in yourself with your supplementation, guys. You are going to get what you pay for. If you are getting a cheap vitamin or a cheap mineral or a cheap supplement, guess what? It's going to be crap. Even if they have the label that says, oh, this has 1,000% of the daily recommended value, guess what? It can be synthetic. And it can be not absorbable or it's not bioavailable for your body to actually be able to use that. It's not going to recognize it. You're just going to pee it out if you're lucky and it doesn't build up a toxicity in your body. But you get what you pay for with supplementation. So be willing to invest in yourself a little bit because it really does make a difference using high quality vitamins. For me, I was a multivitamin taker. I took a vitamin because you're supposed to. I went to my favorite warehouse store and I had a giant, bottle this big of it that should have lasted me a year. I took it every day. I never felt any different. I just had great neon yellow pee. But once I started using high quality supplementation, I noticed a difference in how I felt. My depression went down dramatically. My ADHD tendencies went down dramatically. My energy level went up. My sleep quality went up. I got sick less. I felt more vital and more just better overall. And so keep that in mind, guys. You get what you pay for with supplements. Don't try to cut corners. That doesn't mean you need to buy the highest price supplement out there because, again, it's not always the best. That's why I love muscle testing to be able to identify which supplements my body resonates with and what will be a good match for me. Now, so this is going to also be a mini muscle testing refresher course for those who need a little refresher or who might not have watched my previous videos on muscle testing. So the first one that I think most people need is a multivitamin that is going to have good trace minerals, good larger minerals, vitamins, things like that. You want to make sure on your label you want to look for folate. You don't want it to have folic acid in it. There is a gene mutation called MTHFR, and not everybody has it. But if you do, and you take folic acid, it can actually build up into toxic levels in your body. Your body is not able to actually process that. So folate is a big thing you want to look for on your label. You want to look for different like glycoprotein matrix, things like that, that your body is going to actually absorb and use. And a great way to identify this is the sway method in muscle testing, or using your hands in muscle testing. So I'm going to show you the sway method, and I'm not taking my supplements this morning. So what you can just do is, if you have the supplement, you can hold it in your hand. If you don't, maybe you're looking at the image online, maybe a friend told you about it, maybe you're on Amazon and you see a supplement, you can test it the same way. You don't have to have it physically in your hand. But I would recommend, if you are newer to muscle testing, to have something physically in your hand, so maybe writing it down on a piece of paper or printing off a picture. It just kind of helps you get over the overthinking that can trip you up with muscle testing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test this vitamin. Would this benefit me now? Yes. Okay. And then I can test how many do I need. 1. And you see it moving me forward. That's a positive. 2. Okay. I went back, so that means I need 2 of the multivitamin. Now, if I had another multivitamin around, which I wish I did, I'll show this on different supplements, because I have a few different supplements that I will show you with that my body has a preference on. But you can test to see which one is a better fit for you. So I would recommend, like, there are some supplements that I do get on Amazon, and I have those in my favorites list within this group, but I don't recommend just buying stuff blindly off Amazon without having some kind of experience or energy test where you're making sure that that's a good match for you. But that shows you that this is a good match for me. 2 would be what my body needs. Okay, so the first thing is a good multivitamin. Okay, if you're getting one that's hard packed into a pellet, that's a big warning sign that that's probably not a good quality vitamin, okay? Because they have to use heat to actually process and get that in that pellet. And so you want to look for typically things that are going to be more in a capsule that you could open up and get the powder out, okay? Just a few little things to look for in a multivitamin. The next thing that most people need is a good omega-3 supplement. Omega-3s are essential fatty acids that help our body reduce inflammation, and it supports our immune function, it supports our circulatory function, it supports our neurological function. Omega-3s are huge, and we are in huge deficit for most of us, unless you're eating a ton of good fish or a lot of flaxseed. But this is an omega-3 supplement that I personally use. I also have an omega-3 from I believe Costco, that actually is it's a pretty good quality. And when I am dealing with a lot of inflammation, I'll test that I need additional omega-3s. But that is very, very important to your body's response. Like, you need fats, you need essential fatty acids in your body to do it. And these ones are great because they're a little bitty, like they're not huge horse pills. And these also have essential oils in them. But I'm not here to sell you on a specific supplement. That's not what I want. But omega-3s are crucial, okay? So a multivitamin and a high quality omega-3. Now, omega-3s you're going to have marine source and you're going to have land source. Ideally, it's best to have a combination of both, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds, but not for everybody's biochemistry. Not everybody resonates or can do a fish source. And some fish sources are tainted with heavy metals, I think would be the word. And so you want to be careful. That's why if you find a super cheap fish oil, you want to make sure that they're screening for heavy metals and that they're making sure that you're not going to be ingesting that, because we don't want to increase our toxicity. We want to decrease our toxicity. And so be careful of that. If you are sensitive to fish and you know that that's something that you're not great with, there are lots of vegan omega-3 options out there. And again, make sure it's a good source. Look for organic, look for non-GMO, look for things that are going to tell you, hey, this is going to be a good, clean source. So omega-3s are the second thing. The next thing that I find the majority of people need are a high quality probiotic. This is my personal favorite. My body prefers this. I know doTERRA does have a great probiotic, and it really is a great probiotic. But my body and two of my kids, our bodies, it doesn't jive with us. And so we use the Primal Defense. But when you're looking for a probiotic, you want to look for lots of different strains. You don't want just one strain. You don't want just Acidophilus. And again, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be able to find a good quality supplement at your local superstore or your local drugstore. They aren't out there. So they're not going to carry good quality supplements. So don't waste your money buying cheap stuff. Go to a local health food store. Go to, Amazon does have some great sources. You kind of have to weed through stuff, but there are good sources out there. There are some great MLM supplements out there, so explore that as well. But probiotics are super important for our gut health and for our neurological health and our immune health. Now, probiotics are the good microbes that we should have in our digestive tract. Most of us have compromised digestive microbiomes because we've had antibiotics, we eat excess sugar or refined carbohydrates, we have stress. And so when this gets compromised, we're going to have neurological issues because 70% of our serotonin is actually produced in our digestive tract. And if we're not having good serotonin production because we don't have good gut health, then we're going to have problems, okay? So having a good probiotic is vital. It's not something that you just take once and it's replenished and you never need to do again. I typically test that I need this typically one of these twice a day. And I did take an antibiotic back in February when I had a severe kidney infection. But prior to that, I hadn't taken an antibiotic in years, and I was still testing twice a day just to keep it maintained. So keep that in mind. At least take it once a day. Probiotics are huge for babies and children as well. And there's lots of different powder form. I know doTERRA has a great powder form that tastes like a pixie stick. My little girl loves it. You can get other probiotics that are not flavored that you can stick like in a baby formula. I know that saved my younger two. That saved me a lot of stomach digestive issues by supplementing their formula or breast milk with some probiotics in their bottle. So that's something to look into as well. So probiotics are huge. That's the next vital thing. The next thing that I feel is very vital are enzymes. Enzymes are what help your body break down different proteins and other nutrients and help your body actually absorb vitamins and minerals and the food that you're actually eating. And so many times we're not eating enzyme-rich foods. Our body does produce enzymes naturally, not all enzymes, but many enzymes naturally. But as we age, as our body gets exposed to stress and toxins, our ability to produce the correct enzymes goes down dramatically. And so a couple enzymes that I like, doTERRA has an enzyme. Again, my body doesn't jive with that, and I have found that quite a few of my my clients have a problem with some enzymes. The doTERRA one, it's actually I believe it's in the processing. They get it from a mold, which in most people they're fine with it, but a lot of people that have mold sensitivities, it doesn't jive with them. So if you find yourself that that's not jiving, change up your enzymes. So here are a couple that I really like. This is Pure Encapsulations Digestive Enzymes Ultra. And you can find links to all of these in the file section of this group. So I like these because they're super tiny. So like my 9-year-old, she's super picky eater. And so we do a lot of supplementation with her. And this is what helped her learn how to swallow pills because it's nice and little, works great. And then this is another digestive enzyme called serapeptase. And this is just a more specific enzyme complex. And I have found that my body really, really likes this serapeptase. And a lot of my clients do as well. And so let me show you again how you can test to see which one your body might prefer. And you can do this, again, you can do this without having these bottles with you. So you can just test, okay, out of these two enzyme supplements, which one does my body prefer the most? Okay, so that's my statement. Is it serapeptase? Yes. Okay, is it, well, I'll say Terrazyme. I don't have that on my desk. Is it Terrazyme? No. You see me go back? Is it the pure encapsulations enzyme? No. So out of those 3 enzyme options, my body prefers the serrapeptase the most. Your body might prefer something different. So that's why I'm not gonna bash supplements because, and I'm not gonna be completely exclusive because not everybody fits the same mold. Okay, so be willing to branch out and try out different supplements, but those are 2 enzymes that I recommend and that test positive a lot for the clients that I work with. So those are my core, how many is that? My core 4 supplements, okay? A good multivitamin, a good omega-3, a good probiotic, and a good enzyme. If you're not gonna take anything else or you absolutely hate taking pills, those are the 4 that I would say, at least try to get these down the hatch once a day. That is my foundation. That is what's going to help your body be able to use the food that you put in. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help processes within your body work better so that you're able to heal and feel your absolute best. Now, of course, if you're taking medications, your body is actually going to get robbed of certain minerals and vitamins for that medication to work properly, and so you need to be mindful of that. For example, if you're on thyroid medication, the thyroid medication actually uses zinc in your body to balance out your thyroid, which isn't a bad thing if you're getting enough zinc, but most of us aren't. And so this is a supplement that I like that's called raw zinc, and this comes up for a lot for those that are taking thyroid medication. Now, of course, you know, with thyroid medication, you don't take anything right around it. You need to give it like a 3 to 4 hour window. But this is something that would be beneficial for most people that would be taking a thyroid medication or have any kind of thyroid issue. Zinc comes up a lot for that. And that's just something I notice. Another supplement that comes up a lot for my clients is neem. And this is an herb that helps kill off mold and candida, which a candida is a mold, but they're both fungi that we're exposed to. And so this is a herb that comes up a lot. I did have a client that she's been taking this. It's been helping her, but she's noticed that it has an increase, that it can actually increase your appetite sometimes. So that hasn't done it in me, but be aware that that herb can do that. When you're buying herbs, you want to make sure that you're looking for organic. You don't want herbs that are going to have any kind of pesticides or anything like that in there. Another thing that comes up a lot in myself and the clients that I work with are amino acids. And so this is an example of an amino acid. This is L-tyrosine. And I notice that I test for this a lot when I have inflammation going on, or I have some soreness, I have some aches and pains. And so that will come up a lot for me. Now, I know it's kind of overwhelming. You're like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. So I gave you your foundation 4. Now, if you think that you might be deficient in a specific area, you can start narrowing them down. So the main areas are, am I deficient in a vitamin? So you might want to write this down. Am I deficient in a vitamin? Am I deficient in a mineral? Am I deficient in an amino acid? Am I deficient in fiber? And am I deficient in an essential fatty acid? Or am I in need of an herb? Trying to think if there's any other categories that I typically test for, or an enzyme or a probiotic. So you can kind of start narrowing these down and identify what your body is in need of. And let me show you how you would do that with the sway method. And if you're doing the hand method, that's what I usually use, then this would work as well. I just want to show the sway method for those that are a little bit newer to this. I'm going to take a swig of water. Okay, so my body's going to be in a need of a lot of stuff right now because I have not taken my supplements yet today because I wanted to be able to test for you and show you as an example. But I'm going to show you what this looks like. So, is my body deficient in vitamins now? Yes. Okay. Is my body deficient in minerals now? Yes. Is my body deficient in essential fatty acids? Yes. Is my body deficient in amino acids? No. Is my body deficient in probiotics? Yes. Is my body deficient in enzymes? No. Is my body in need of any herbs? Yes. Trying to think, was there another? Oh, is my body in need of any additional fiber? No. So you can kind of whittle it down like that and kind of narrow it down to what category your body might be deficient in. And then you can start from that point. You can start, I would start with my recommended list. It doesn't mean that that's a comprehensive, that there's nothing outside of that list that's going to be good. There's lots of good things that are not on my list, but the ones on my list, on my favorites list within this group, they're in the files section. They have tested positive for many of my clients and myself and my family. And so I can tell you that they're a good place to start. If you find that those aren't anything that you need, and then you can branch out. First, test, like, can I find this on Amazon? And see if you get a yes or a no. Or can I find this at my favorite health food store? And that way you can test to see where is a good source for you to go from. For me, like I start with, okay, can I get this from doTERRA? Yes. Or can I get this from my favorite, whatever supplement company that you are aligned with? Can I get this from this company? And start there, and then you can start branching out. But really look and spend some time and be willing to invest in good supplementation and get yourself in the habit, because that's going to make or break you. Because it's great if you have all these supplements, you even got your like old lady pill box and you got them all divvied out. But if you're not actually getting them down the hatch, then you're not going to have the benefit of them. And so you want to tie it with a habit that you're already doing. So if you have a habit that you sit down with a cup of coffee and a newspaper, or your phone or whatever every morning, put your pills by there. Attach it to a habit that you already have. For me, I have a little routine in my morning that once I come downstairs for the day, I usually I get my trim shake and I drink that, and I just kind of check on Facebook and do all that. And then as soon as I'm done with my trim shake, I go and I get my supplements. And so that's my routine. Figure out a routine that works well for you. And I will tell you that most people that I test for, they're willing to take supplements twice a day, which is it's best to spread it out. But it's best to take it in the morning with some breakfast usually, and then again at bedtime right before you go to bed. Not necessarily with food. The body likes to have an empty stomach sometimes to let these things process, especially as you sleep. And so those are the two, in most cases, that I have experienced and tested for, have been the optimal time. If you are not willing, or you're like, girl, I'm doing good if I remember to take it once a day, then take it in the morning, or take it at bedtime, whatever is easier for you to remember. But get into the habit and treat yourself, because really, guys, you might not feel better. You might not feel like a big change right away, but I will tell you, as you commit and you stay on a good supplementation schedule that you have customized, or you've had somebody like me customize for you. I do customized supplement schedules for people. But if you've tested that and you have it specific to you, give it at least a couple weeks, because it will. Okay, I've got to wrap it up. But here's the insurance card. Do they need insurance? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Kinsey. It's in my wallet. It's in my wallet. It's in my wallet, which is on the thing. Sorry. I'm trying to get an appointment for my son. He hurt his ankle. Anyway, commit to it. Take your supplements. Give it 2 weeks, and then see if you feel any different. Evaluate. Am I sleeping better? Do I have more energy? Do I feel better in my mood? Am I able to focus more? And it is a process, especially if you need to cleanse, but it's totally doable. So guys, don't be scared. Start taking some great supplements and treat yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your health, because once you feel better, you can help so many others feel better around you. So guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.